going on right now. It is, what day is it? Friday. We're about to go out to Michael's parents' house where we're gonna spend a long time for my 30th birthday celebration. By the time you see this on YouTube, I will probably be 30 already. My content is shot relatively early, so it's always a bit delayed with when it goes live. We're going with both of our families, so Michael's whole family and then my whole family. My desk is a mess. I know you can't really see it all, but I'm just packing. I just got out of the shower. I don't know if I ever really show you guys my just natural hair, the way it dries, but it is relatively curly. I'm looking at myself in the camera right now so I can make sure it's focused, but relatively curly hair I've got here. I do have some postpartum hair updates for you guys that I've promised you ever since a couple TikTok videos that I made, but today's YouTube video is sponsored by Aveda and their Invati Advanced Hair Care line. I've been using various lines of Aveda products for things like shampoo, conditioner, heat protectant spray for years now. It's honestly one of the hair care brands that I've had multiple hairstylists recommend to me. I love their company's mission statement. They're 100% vegan. A lot of their products are Leaping Bunny certified, cruelty-free of course. Today's video is sponsored by their Invati Advanced line, which is specifically useful for thinning hair and hair that needs strengthening. In terms of the bulk of my hair, like this whole area back here feels pretty thick, looks pretty thick. I've been getting a lot of comments on people saying my hair is looking at its prime. It is definitely coming out in the shower, at least noticeably a little more than it used to. And I do notice some thinning in these patches up here. I guess it was thinning at one point and now there's baby hairs growing in. So I am finding a decent amount of baby hairs that frame my face. Basically, my only goal in this postpartum period with my hair is to be doing what I can to take care of it and just to strengthen it and support it in its time of need. But I always use their shampoo and conditioner, but then I followed it up with their intensive hair and scalp mask. It can help to strengthen and reinforce fragile thinning hair. It's 100% vegan, it's silicone free, Leaping Bunny approved, all that good stuff. It's one of those masks that you put on from root to end in the shower and then you leave it for 2 to 5 minutes before you rinse it out. I actually used their scalp massager in the meantime and just went in a circular motion around my scalp, which felt so good. And I felt like it also was helpful at getting the mask to just really penetrate the scalp. Then I rinsed it off and now I'm out of the shower. My hair smells so beautiful, so fresh. Just a reminder to everyone that scalp care is a type of skincare and it's also a type of hair care. So check out the Invati Advanced line and thank you so much to Aveda for sponsoring this vlog. One little Milo update is that he has started to be on the move. He's crawling, but he's kind of doing the army crawl where he's on his forearms and he's like dragging himself along the floor, and he actually only uses one foot to kick. The other foot just kind of dangles behind him, which is pretty funny to look at, but he is on the move. And recently I've been in the kitchen and I've been cooking and I put him in the living room on the floor to just play with some of his toys. That's part of what I've been doing, is like I like to give him alone time because I feel like as the first child and grandchild in his family, he is very heavily stimulated. So I try to give him some time to just play by himself and explore when no one's talking to him or picking him up. He crawls everywhere and now he's been crawling into the kitchen, which I think is unsafe. And I'm making sure there's nothing on the floor ever. And if I'm cooking, I like push everything far away from the countertops. But recently he's crawled into the kitchen when I have the oven on and I'm like, I have to stop what I'm doing and pick you up and build a fort of pillows around you. So we've decided it's time for a playpen. I was highly against the playpen concept at first because of the fact that we live in a New York City apartment, space is relatively tight, and I just feel like it's gonna be a massive imposition on our space. But I gave in, I realized it's kind of essential, and a friend sent me this wooden one that is pretty, like aesthetically, it was like a natural wood gate. It looked really beautiful, but it also was something that you screwed on, and it seemed like if you wanted to disassemble it, it would be pretty difficult, and you couldn't collapse it or fold it. And so I did my own research, and I found one online on Amazon. It's $195, so it better be good, but it's from a brand called Dora Doty. I will link it for you down in the description box. This is what it looks like. And the thing I liked about this one, that's kind of what it looks like open. And the thing I liked about this one is all the different arrangements. So you could put it in an octagon shape, a square, or kind of in a regular shape. I'm just checking some to-do list items off, and one of those items is to purchase this thing so that it's here waiting for us when we get home, and I will film a little bit of myself assembling it when it comes. All right, anyway, I have to pack up, we gotta go, and I'll see you for my birthday weekend. Hey everyone, how's it going? This giant leaf is in the room. Just needed to show it to you because it's probably the most beautiful leaf I've ever seen, and it's real. It is sitting in a pitcher of water, which is probably the second most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. I'll put it behind me for beauty purposes. Hello everyone, I just wanted to give you a slight update. I just had a really great call with a doctor. I've been doing this like virtual health service thing. If you follow me on Instagram, I've mentioned it before. I had a virtual doctor's visit, which I have to say, that's a game changer for someone like me who typically forgets to make appointments for things like the doctor and the dentist every year, just because it's hard to remember to make in-person appointments. To be able to do it virtually and to be on a membership plan basically where they remind you that your appointment is coming up or that you're overdue for something, that's great. I know you can't go to the dentist virtually, but you can do it for the doctor. And then she just sends me out for to get lab work done and then evaluates the blood tests. So this was just kind of a chat with her to talk about how I'm doing health-wise. And honestly, as a new mom, and I keep saying I'm a new mom. Am I a new mom? My baby is over 8 months old, but we talked about a few health things that I want to work on. One being, I am having some weird digestive issues, which is strange because ever since going gluten-free, I thought everything was all fixed, but it's not quite. And I think it could be a product of the fact that my gallbladder is not here. And I never experienced this issue before, but maybe it's starting to happen, that my stomach needs some digestive enzymes to help me digest stuff. So she prescribed me some digestive enzymes to take with my food. When you don't have a gallbladder, you are not like pumping tons of bile into your stomach to help you digest food. Instead, your liver is like slowly delivering bile to your stomach, but it's just not the same. And perhaps that's leading to my stomach issues. I'm also working with her to kind of oversee the whole journey that I'm going through right now with the registered dietitian. I'm working with a registered dietitian and a fitness trainer who I'm doing strength training sessions with 2 times a week. And my goal is to put on some weight because I was at my lowest weight since I've been nursing. And I feel great, like I feel energized and normal. It's just the scale was the lowest weight I've ever been. But my doctor and I had this incredible conversation that was just about motherhood in general. And she told me that she talks to so many new moms who are kind of past the point of being new moms, like in my stage and beyond. And she was telling me that one area and one pain point that a lot of people run into once their kids get a little older is that they realize that they've now gone years and years and years pushing themselves to the wayside and not prioritizing themselves as they should have been. And she was just so happy to see someone like me who is still, she did consider me a new mom. She was so happy to see someone like me who was intentionally focusing on things like meditating and taking time for myself. And I was telling her that I often leave Michael with Milo and that Michael knows exactly what to do. I don't have to be nervous. It's not like I'm the only one that can care for him. And she was saying it's such an amazing thing to set up and establish as a young mom because so many young moms won't relinquish control, and then before they know it, their kids are 10 and they can't leave on a journey to go somewhere because their partner is incapable of taking care of the kids. And she actually told me that's the case with her. Her children are, I think she said 13 and 15, and she said she has never left them with her partner. I just know I have such an audience of really young people, either people that are young moms or soon to be moms, or people that, I don't know, maybe not soon to be, but want to be in the future. And I think I could really make an impact at inspiring people out there to make good decisions from the get-go as a mom. I know that the early time period is really difficult to take care of yourself because you're in such a fog, but really trying as hard as you can to, as early as possible, implement those good habits that allow you to care for yourself and fill up your own cup first, if you will. Take a little moment today. Fill up your cup. Anyway, I just love the summertime, and this room in my in-laws' house is kind of like a sunroom. It is so gorgeous. And this is my favorite place to hang out in the summer. I love doing work out here. The screens let the wind through and the breeze through, but it's always, you know, it's always a perfect temperature in here. There's also big fans in the ceiling. I swear, if it's hot outside, it's just a nice cooling breeze in here, and if it's cold outside, it's warm and toasty in here, and there's a fireplace behind me, so at night we do s'mores in here. I'm putting you in the sun because I have a thing with sun. I'm in love with it. Allie's here. I'm afraid of it. Allie's afraid of sun, but she's here. She really doesn't want to be in my vlog today, guys, so you're gonna have to respect her wishes. Do you see that in the corner? That's Milo's bubble camera. Want to see it? He's a little scared of it. Every time we pull this out, he cries. I think it's pretty amazing.
Remember those like candy bubble things when you were a kid?
Yeah.
And you could eat it?
I love bubbles so much. I'm also feeling pretty strong from my strength training. Do you guys see that? This side's a little harder, left side, but I think I told you guys that I do squats every single day, 30 of them in the morning and 30 at night while I'm brushing my teeth. It's just part of my routine. It has made a big difference because now with my strength training, one of our 2 days a week is a leg day. And I don't even find leg day that hard because I'm so used to doing squats. Do you see this little egg chair? This is one of the best things in the house. I love this chair. I love this chair. I love this chair. I love this chair. Summer 2022. Woohoo. I have some thoughts about turning 30. Ow. To me, being in your 30s, it feels like it's really the time in your life when you're actively laying the groundwork for your future habits and health. I really think even though people maybe try hard in their 20s to establish the groundwork, I feel like your 20s is, you're just doing trial and error, experimentation. It's not necessarily the lifelong habits. But when you get to your 30s, I really feel like you have to start doing the things that you want to do in the long term of your life in terms of longevity and living the healthiest lifestyle. And so there are things like meditation and exercise and journaling and whatever. Those are things I dabbled with in my 20s, and I kind of like a roller coaster went into and out of them habitually. Where are you going?
I'm getting a call.
She's leaving me. Throughout my 20s, I was kind of like on and off and on and off. But in my 30s, if I want to be the kind of person in my life long term that does these things, I need to start doing them now. So I feel like my 30s is really where it all starts. I'm not saying my 20s were nothing, but I really do feel like I'm entering a new chapter in my life of this is the time. The time is now. The moment is here. I'm doing a little moisturizing hair treatment with some of these Aveda products that I've had here for a while. And I'm just putting it all over my head. I don't know if I'm supposed to put this just on the ends, but I'm putting it everywhere. I did not shower tonight. My hair is very dirty, but I'm kind of using the night as a deep conditioning treatment. I'm also gonna spray it with the leave-in conditioner. It smells so good in here. Just gonna leave it like this for my birthday dinner and really just let all of that soak into my hair and replenish it. Happy birthday to us.
I want to get in one.
It's a video.
Oh. Hey.
What do you have to say to YouTube? Happy birthday to us.
It's really been a great 30 years, you know, from fighting and punching each other and pulling each other's hair and trying to see who got to sit in the middle, to get arm massages in the back seat, to having babies. We really made it.
Baby.
We really made it. Hey, there's more on the way.
Yeah. Okay. Yay. Siblings.
I wonder what's happening.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Flowers here.
Say it again.
Girlies. Don't turn around.
Louie.
Birthday to
you.
Birthday, dear Louie.
This is the take a picture of big cakes, and that's chocolate ganache.
Gluten-free.
This is chocolate ganache.
Smile.
Okay, make big wishes so I can take the candles off. 1, 2, 3.
Whoa.
Michael went away on a bachelor party weekend and I'm home alone right now. Milo's asleep and we bought this playpen for him that I'm setting up all by myself. So I'm just gonna set you here and let you accompany me as I build this playpen. I have literally no idea what I'm doing. I have to watch a video, so you'll have to stay tuned. Okay, I figured it out a little bit and I'm on a roll. I did it wrong. It's all the wrong way. Hold on. I'm on the last step of this assembly and I just want to show you what happened to my fresh new manicure. This is the product of being a mother. I'll show it to you tomorrow when it's all assembled. It's your new playpen.